Looking strong early this season as well. Here we go. Once again here at Central Missouri Speedway in Warrensburg with the Pure Stocks on their 12-lap feature event. It's Evans and Rowland on the front. Evans now kind of slides in there. Here comes Rowland now to the low side coming out of 4. It's still Evans. Kyle Rowland, and now the 185 of Billings now. He goes high side coming out of 2. There's your top 3 with Logan Headley, and then the 28 of Gail Harper, your top 5. David Doles, the 4D, and the 7 of Spencer Reif just behind them. Oh, Evans, looks like some sparks flying out of the left front. There might be a problem on that left front as I see the sparks flying down the back stretch. So Evans, and now J.R. Billings takes the second spot. Here comes J.R. Billings. J.R. with Rowland, Headley, and Harper. 9 laps remain. Let's see how long Evans can hold on there. A little bit of sparks coming out of that front left. We'll see if he can hang on. So far he is. So Evans, Billings, Rowland, Headley, and still Harper gets loose all the way to the top. David Doles now. Let's see if he can take advantage of that to climb into the top 5. Spencer Reif behind him with the 21 of Joey Harper. Then Jimmy the Kid Workman back to your race leader. Evans coming out of turn number 2. So Evans, Billings, Rowland, and Headley, your top 4 right now. Looks like Steve Evans in control. Don't see the sparks flying off anymore. May have been something hanging up on the front end of that left of that car, but right now J.R. Billings, let's see if he has a chance to close the gap here. About a 4 to 5 car length lead here there's some more sparks coming out of there of Evans. Evans with a 17.4, 17.5 for J.R. Let's see if he can close the gap. Just 5 remain for your race leader, Evans. 185 of Billings. Rowland in the 5. Headley the 23. Gail Harper the 28. His brother Joey Harper won the feature last week in the 21 car. Oh, as Jimmy Workman almost goes around in front of your race leaders. Jimmy Workman, the kid, 14-year-old driver in that 24. Here comes Evans now as this goes down 1 lap. Jimmy now to the high side up in turn number 2. Hanging on to it. Here comes the 185 of Billings. So Evans, more sparks flying out of the front end of that car. White flag comes out next time across. Can he hang on to this car to the end? We'll see what happens. Billings, Rowland, Headley, and now a battle for the 5th spot. But your race leader, Steve Evans, brings out the white flag as he comes across the front stretch, the Warrensburg driver. J.R. Billings, Rowland, Headley, and a caution comes out for Gail Harper, the 28 car in turn number 4. So Gail Harper there in the 28 goes around. Rowland shows up on the high side, Billings down low. Here we go. Now J.R. Billings tries to slide it down in there in 1 and 2, but Evans hangs on strong. More sparks out of the front end of that car. Can he hang on here on the last lap? Steve Evans, Rowland, Billings, your top 3. Let's see if your race leader can hang on as he dives down into 3 and 4 with this lead. It's Evans as he comes down the front stretch. Your winner tonight, Steve Evans, Rowland, J.R. Billings, Headley, your top 4 as Headley then goes around. So Steve Evans, Kyle Rowland, J.R. Billings, Logan Headley, and David Doles, your top 5. His first win this year for the 89 of Steve Evans. Baker's Armory, Countryside Mobile Welding, Cliff Harris, Warrensburg. Warrensburg 4, Kingsville Livestock. Fireside Realty, Tony Kendrick. As he gets up out of the car, Steve Evans! Steve, I don't know if you knew what was going on up there or not, but a lot of sparks coming off.
I seen them. They was coming in the cockpit.
Oh, so you saw them inside the car as well?
Yeah, yeah.
You want to thank anybody? I know there's a lot of folks help out with the car, and you share the car with Jonathan as well.
Yeah, Jesse Welch, Warrensburg Chrysler, Warrensburg Chrysler Ford, Hideaway Bar and Grill, Tony Kendrick, Baker's Armory. That's about it.
All right, congratulations on your first win this year, Steve Evans.
Countryside Mobile Welding.
Countryside Mobile Well. Congratulations, Steve Evans. That green light on the backstretch with Ed Griggs, David, and Dylan Rafferty behind him. Dylan on that low side. 8 down, 7 to go. 8 down and 7 to go with Ed Griggs leading him down into turn number 2. Let's see if Dylan can close the gap here. Dylan with 2 feature wins so far this year. His dad, David, on the high side. Here comes Alexander in the 36, and now the 75 of Justin up into that 4th spot now. Good battle for the top spot, though. Ed Griggs trying to hold him off. It's Dad on the high side in the 64. Dylan, his son. This will be 5 to go. This time across, just 5 to go for your Mod Lights. Ed Griggs as your leader. Ed Griggs. Can he break the string with Dylan Rafferty? Dylan right on his tail, about 3 car lengths now. David Rafferty, Justin, Travis Alexander, and Michael Rafferty. There's your top 6. But here comes Dylan on the low side as he comes out of turn number 4. Griggs tries to close him off here in turns 1 and 2, side-by-side action. Dylan Rafferty gets a nose out there again. Dylan Rafferty, your leader. Ed Griggs now side-by-side as he comes in turn number 4. Can he make something happen here in the final few laps? Just 3 to go. Now Ed says, okay, I can't do it down there. I'm going to go to the high side, and Phillips now goes around in turn 4 with Tony Kerr. Just as things were interesting up here at the front of the field, the 21 goes around. Dylan Rafferty, the race leader here as he comes into turn number 4. Can he hold off Ed Griggs and his dad? But here comes Ed. Dylan Rafferty, Ed Griggs, David Rafferty, your top 3. This will be 4 to go this time across. 4 to go for Dylan, Ed Griggs, David Rafferty, Justin Rafferty, Michael Rafferty, your top 5. Michael now to the high side in turn number 2. But now Dylan starts to separate from the field as he normally does here. Ed Griggs up to that top side. Dylan Rafferty just has this class mastered here at Central Missouri Speedway. Each week you think that somebody can knock him off. Ed Griggs, the latest one. The white flag will come out this next time across. So Dylan, Ed Griggs now closing the gap just slightly. Dylan hanging on to that lead. He'll go low side, try to protect that lead with the white flag coming out. So Dylan Rafferty, Ed Griggs, David Rafferty, Justin Rafferty, Michael Rafferty, your top 5. As he has done twice already this season, 3 times in a row, it's Dylan Rafferty. So Dylan Rafferty once again in the 64. Ed Griggs thought he might hang on there. In that second spot, David Rafferty, Justin Rafferty, and Michael Rafferty. And Dylan Rafferty, your winner again tonight. Hey, congratulations, Dylan. Good run there tonight. Ed made you work for it tonight, though.
Yeah, that was a tough one for sure.
Yeah, it looked like Ed had the early lead on it. On that restart, you seemed to get down to that low side and then got around him.
Yeah, I was wanting to try the top in 3 and 4, but it didn't seem like I was really there, so I had to nail some perfect laps on the bottom, and no one else was holding it down, so I just railed the tires, and here I am.
All right, so congratulations. 3-time winner now, Dylan Rafferty. Lyle, Ebert, 20 laps. Here they go. Coming around turn number 4. B-Mod, Central Missouri Speedway. Here we go. Grindstaff bounds his way out down into 1 and 2. Got a little bit loose down there, but right now J.C. Morton with Lyle. Your top 2, J.C. Morton, your leader on lap number 1. That's Grindstaff, Jeremy Lyle, the 05 on that low side. There's Jacob Ebert, the 94, the 7J of Jake Ebert. There's your top 5. Gunnar Martin in the 7 car. It's the 17 of Rod Cordon. Mark Chapman, the 44. But your leader coming across the front stretch, it is J.C. Morton out of Springfield, Missouri. J.C. with a 16.2 that time. Quick time throughout the field. The 05 of Lyle, Grindstaff, and still the 94 of Ebert. Three laps down, 17 to go. Grindstaff now as Morton starts to pull away from the field, about a straightaway lead. Morton, J.C. Morton in the 18. Yeoman Race Engine, Hoffman, Phoenix Chassis, Yeoman Race Engine. Bean Mods, clean and green here so far as Morton pulls away from the field. Grindstaff, Lyle, Richards, Gunnar Martin, the 94 of Ebert. Here comes Royalty in the 49. Patrick Royalty moving out. Royalty started in the 14th spot outside the 7th row. He's up to 8th now. But your race leader, J.C. Morton, is he's going to get down into some lap traffic here in a lap or two. Rest of the field in behind him on the 05. That's Jeremy Lyle and Grindstaff, 14. Now into lap traffic is the 18 of Morton now. Let's see how he handles this. It might close up the gap here just a little bit between your straightaway lead. Let's see how he weaves his way through here as Johnny McGinnis right off the nose of your leader into the tail end of the field here. Michael's in that 13 car. Nolker in the 99 as he splits those cars coming into turn 2. Now here's Grindstaff and Lyle for that second spot, the 14 in the 05, and then it's Richards in the 7 of Gunnar Martin. Meanwhile, your race leader, as he comes across the front stretch, down into turn number 2 now, J.C. Morton gets by McGinnis in the 38. Halfway this next time across for J.C. Morton. J.C. Morton controlling this race right now. Jonathan Notch, the 92, just in front of him. Morton coming out of turn 2. And now the rest of the field stuck in that lap traffic behind McGinnis. It's the 14 of Grindstaff. And now the 7 of Gunnar Martin tries to move up. He does up into that 3rd spot. As meanwhile, Morton stays on that low side by side with Cordon now in the 17. Grindstaff kind of breaks away into the free area there. And now the 7J of Richards now moves up into 4th as Lyle drops back another spot in the 05. But your leader, J.C. Morton, down in turn 1 and 2. Grindstaff, Gunnar Martin, 7J of Richards. Here comes Royalty now as he's trying to move his way up into the top 5, just next to the 05 of Lyle. Meanwhile, your race leader, there's Morton in the 18 down on the hub of 1 and 2. Now Grindstaff trying to close the gap. Gunnar Martin, Jake Richards, Jeremy Lyle, Patrick Royalty, Cordon in the 17, Ebert in the 94 and 8th, Shadron Turner 9th, and Schaffman in the 44 as several cars go around here in turn number 2. 38 of McGinnis, the 99 of Nolker. Martin, Jake Richards, Jeremy Lyle, Patrick Royalty. Shadron Turner on the top side there. I'm sorry, Rod Cordon. Then Ebert, then Shadron Turner. So let's see if Morton now pulls away from the field. Green flag, here we go. Just 6 remain. So he should have the 5 to go this time across. Morton already pulling away. Here comes Gunnar Martin. Gunnar Martin, oh, and several cars get together there. Jonathan Knott and the 92 JK. again. Grindstaff, Gunnar Martin, Richards, Lyle, Royalty, Ebert, Cordon, Turner. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Martin leads them down. Here comes Gunnar Martin now, gets a nose in. Morton, no, pulling away. Morton, here comes Grindstaff, also back up to the high side now. Let's watch this, the 05 of Lyle. Richards, top 5. Oh, turn number 4 again. Matt looks like he's having a lot of success here. Morton leads him down. 5 to go. Morton. Let's see if Gunnar Martin has anything left in the Bobby Russell number 7. Lyle goes high in turn 2. Grindstaff, Jake Richards. Here comes Royalty now. Royalty up into the top 6, making a good run here. Patrick Royalty. Now, oh, the top 2 get together as Martin gets a nose inside of Morton. He almost goes sideways, hangs onto it. Here comes Gunnar Martin. Gunnar Martin on the low side with J.C. Morton. Gunnar Martin, good battle up front right here between your top 2. Just 3 to go now. So Morton now starts to pull away as Matt Michaels, pulls up off the track through the hot pit lane on the backside. Here comes the 14 of Grindstaff. Good battle back here, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. White flag next time across. Morton, your leader. Gunnar Martin putting the pressure on him in the Bobby Russell number 7B. Lyle and now Grindstaff, the 7J of Richards and the 49 of Royalty. Will J.C. Morton be able to hang on here? White flag comes out. J.C. Morton. All the way down from Springfield here tonight. Morton trying to hang on and hold off that 7 of Martin. He comes out of turn 4, now goes to the high side. Let's see if he can make a run up there. It's going to be J.C. Morton. So Morton, Gunnar Martin, Jeremy Lyle, Grindstaff, Richards, Royalty, Ebert in 7th, Turner 8th, Cordon 9th, and Mark Schaffman 10th. Your winner tonight, J.C. Morton. J.C. Morton! JC, that's a heck of a run there tonight. I tell you what, you and Gunnar on those last few laps, you guys got together a little bit coming down the front stretch there. I was like, oh, looks like he's going sideways, but you hung on.
Yeah, we had that long green run. We was really good, and then those yellows just kept killing us. Tires finally stood up on me, and then it was just protect. I missed it down here, and he got in there. I kind of shut the door. I kind of owe him an apology there, but it's just tight racing there on the bottom.
Yeah, it was tough down there. Great race car here tonight. I know you raced down south at Springfield. Any chance of you running up here at all? I know you talked a little bit about maybe the Lakeside CMS deal.
Yeah, we put a lot of thought in it. This was just a big test to see how that was going to go, and we'll see what the payout is for that deal, and you guys might see us here on that 10-week series.
All right, I know there's a lot of folks on the car here that help you out.
Yeah, I got to thank Yeoman Race Engines. Huge horsepower there, which you didn't need it tonight on this racetrack. Pretty good racetrack, nice dry slick. That's what we like. Phoenix Race Cars, Troop 4 Motorsports, Midwest Sheet Metal, Fast Shaft, R&R, Chris Claunch Photography, and then I got to thank Earl for putting a show on tonight.
All right, congratulations, J.C. Morton, your winner tonight. Looks like Zach not able to make the call. Side by side as they bring him into turn number 1. 15-lap feature event for your street stocks here tonight at Central Missouri Speedway. And Clayton Campbell leading him down with Carter on the outside. Early race leader Campbell down into 3 and 4. Carter, Poe, the 175 of Park. And Nathan Vaughn in the 12V. That's lap number 1. Nathan got a good run last week on the high side. Let's see if he goes back up there. As things starting to slick off here with Clayton Campbell in the 30. Mark Carter. Poe. Followed by the 12 of Vaughn, the 67 of Devin Irvin, Larry Ferris, and then Brentwood in the 7. Eric Hammonds now in the 5H with the 09 of Eichelberry, your race leader coming across the front. Campbell, Carter, Poe, your top 3, Park, and then Vaughn, your top 5. Still Campbell as the leader coming across here on lap number 4 as the caution light comes out for the 51. And Randy Jester high in turn number 2. Jester in that 51. Looks like he might pull off. He does. He pulls off into the pits. Randy Jester. Clayton Campbell. Carter, Poe, Park, and Vaughn, your top 5. So 3 in the books, 12 to go. Underway. Here we go, Clayton Campbell. Campbell leads them out of turn number 2 with the lead. Now Aaron Poe on that low side. Takes that second spot away from Carter. Carter fighting back on the high side, though. Carter will be scored as in second spot there. Poe with the advantage down low in turns 1 and 2 on the hub. Vaughn trying to stay high side like he did last week. Jason Park in the 175 and the 14 of Ferris now. Campbell still your leader coming out of 1 and 2. Good battle for second between Poe, which was the car that Mark Carter drove in. Mark Lewis owned both of those cars. But right now it's Mark Carter, the Shark chassis. Aaron Poe now slides back into that third spot. Now Nathan Vaughn up to 4th. Watch for the 12V. He was strong last week as well. Park, the 175, 14 of Ferris. Good battle behind him. Irvin, 67, the 7 of Brett Wood, the 5H of Eric Hammonds. The Bandit, 09 of Chad Eichelberry, but back to your leaders at the front. Campbell trying to hang on. Mark Carter now closing the gap. Mark Carter, let's see if he has anything for Campbell. Poe still on the low side, the 12V of Vaughn. There's your top 4 right now. Jason Park, the top 5. Side by side for second. Good battle up here. Campbell, Carter, Poe, and Vaughn. Campbell trying to hang on here. Here comes Mark Carter up to the high side in 2. Campbell slides up just a little, but hanging on here. Now Carter gets a good run on this high side. Carter almost up into the wall. A little bit of sparks flying up there. May have scraped right at the end of the front stretch. Now here comes Aaron Poe. Campbell with Aaron Poe here in turn number 4, side by side, rubbing it, and that makes the advantage for Carter. Carter takes the lead. As those two cars got together, Carter took that outside advantage, went right by him as now Campbell fights back. Good battle up front here. Campbell, Carter, Aaron Poe, your top 3. It's Carter right now. Campbell, and now here comes Nathan Vaughn. Watch for that 12V. 12V of Nathan Vaughn on the high side as these top 4 or 5 start to mess around up here. Here comes the 12V and Nathan Vaughn. Great battle up front. Go to the single foul, so it'll be Mark Carter, Poe, Campbell, Vaughn, and Park, your top 5. Just 4 remain. Here we go. Here comes Aaron Poe now on the low side, coming into 4. Aaron Poe. See if he can get by Carter. Carter on the run on the high side. Carter's still your leader. 3 laps to go. It's Mark Carter, Aaron Poe, Campbell, Vaughn, and Park, your top 5. Good battle between the top 2, Aaron Poe and the 10 of Mark Carter as they come into turn number 4. White flag this next time across. Still Mark Carter. Mark Carter with a good run on this top side coming out of 4. He's able to hold off Poe. So let's see what happens on this last lap approach. Mark Carter, can he hang on? Aaron Poe, one last chance here. tries to slide up a little bit in turn 2, gets the advantage. Maybe he can get in front of Carter now coming out of turn number 4. It's Aaron Poe coming out of 4. Carter with the run on the top side. It's Aaron Poe, Mark Carter, Campbell, Vaughn, and Park in your top 5. Aaron Poe in the 45. Good run for Aaron Poe there on the last lap. Just slid up just a little bit more there coming out of turn 2. Gecko Graphics as he gets out of the car. Aaron Poe! Man, great run there, buddy. You and Carter just put on a show tonight. It was fun to watch. It seemed like you had some good runs on that low side. Early in the race, you were able to stay with Mark, and he went to the high spot. But on that last lap, you just got by him.
Yeah, I knew if I just stayed persistent, I knew the car was good down low. It was good in the middle, too. But I knew that's where he was going to be, so I just had to move to the bottom and hope I could get him there near the end. So everything worked out. When we made the switch to street stock, that was kind of our plan, was for us to finish 1 and 2 every weekend. So if we can do that every weekend, it's going to be a fun year.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys put on a great show tonight. I know you have a lot of sponsors on the car.
I got to thank Mark Lewis, Gecko Graphics, Pest Control, Lewis Ground Maintenance, Robertson Custom Dozing, Speeds Enterprises, Elite Auto, Solar Pro Tent and Tunes, Central Bank of Warrensburg, Cowboys War. The list goes on and on. Everybody that helps me, couldn't do it without them.
All right. Great job tonight. Aaron Poe, your winner.
Mark's his brother-in-law,
Oh, yeah, Mark is brother-in-law. So those two guys put on quite a show tonight. The Raven, Aaron Poe. The 88 of Jimmy Dow. 24, Jimmy Dean Eaton in the 0 of Richard Lane. Here we go. As Fuquay gets loose as he flies down into 1 and 2. Something broke. Something broke on the 87 of Darren Fuquay as he pulls off. Meanwhile, Chad Lyle, your race leader as he comes down with Matt Johnson, Mickey Burrell, Dean Willie, and the 22, Rick Beebe, the 1K of Tim Carrick. So something happened with the 87. Plum goes around into 00 as the first caution comes out. Side-by-side action up front. Restart 25-lap feature event here. Chad Lyle leads him down. Mickey Burrell. Here we go. Oh. Yeah, we're going to have to try that one again. There we go. Scotty Boo gets loose up at the top, and right now it's Chad Lyle. Johnson. Mickey Burrell, the 1K of Carrick, the 68 of Dean Willie, here's your top 5. But on the top side, making a good run there, Mickey Burrell. Chad Lyle down low, Matt Johnson just behind him. Chad Lyle still your race leader here. Looking back through the field as Chad Lyle leads him out. Though Mickey Burrell, good run on the top side, Mickey Burrell. Now your race leader, Mickey Burrell. As the 0 of Richard Lane also pulls off on the top side back there. Yellow coming up in here with Jimmy Dean Eaton. And the 17 of Kyle Westerhold goes around in the 17K. As they bunch them up here on the back stretch as they bring them into turn 4. Chad Lyle leads them down. Green flag. Here we go. Mickey Burrell back up to that top again. Here comes the 1K of Carrick now on the low side with Matt Johnson. 3 and 4 wide back through the field. Here comes the 90 of Schultz working his way up. So Chad Lyle, the 1K of Carrick, the 1 of Johnson. Mickey Burrell, the 30 of Dalton Kirk, the 68 of Dean Willie, Tyler Schmidt, and the 90 of Schultz. Still Chad Lyle. Carrick, your actual points leader right now after the first 2 weeks of racing. So Lyle, Carrick in that Vanderbilt. It's the MB Custom 16 of Chad Lyle, your race leader. Carrick looks like he's closing in just a little bit with Matt Johnson on the high side. Carrick down on the hub. Carrick makes a good run out of turn number 2. Carrick now with the nose in front of Lyle on that high side. Here's your new race leader, Tim Carrick. Chad Lyle. Matt Johnson, your top 3. Mickey Burrow behind them, the 30 of Kirk, the 68 of Willie. Carrick seems to have something figured out with that Vanderbilt chassis. Second a week ago as he led most of the race. Now Chad Lyle's going to tuck in below him. Johnson still hanging out on that high side. This will be 18 to go this time across. 18 laps to go for Tim Carrick, your race leader and points, early season points leader. Matt Johnson, Mickey Burrow, Dalton Kirk, Dean Willie. Then it's 7th goes to Schultz, Tyler Schmidt in 8th. Sam Florence, 9th, and Cameron Grindstaff. There's your top 10. So there's a 14 car. That's your top 10 right now. It's Carrick, though, going down into turns 3 and 4 as your leader. Tim Carrick. Chad Lyle. Now a couple cars to the top side as Johnson gets loose up there. As the yellow comes back out for a spinner here in turn number 2. All right, side by side, 74 Schweitzer back there. Here we go. As Carrick pulls away on that restart. Lyle, Johnson. Now Kirk up into 4th. Here comes Terry Schultz onto the high side. Terry Schultz. Terry in that 90 car, he loves that high side. You see him go quite a bit. But right now, Tim Carrick, Lyle, Johnson, Kirk, and here comes the 90 of Schultz. Schultz up into the top 5 now. Just 14 laps remain. 14 remain. Oh, and Dean Willie goes around. And everybody does avoid him except for the 74 Rodney Schweitzer. Here comes Carrick, Lyle, Johnson, Kirk, and Schultz, your top 5. Just 10 laps remain. Johnson and Schultz go right back up to that top side of the track. Got your bottom feeders down low here with Carrick and Lyle, Johnson and Schultz on the high side. So definitely 2 lines here for the top 5 right now, but right now, Tim Carrick, it's been a while since he's been in victory lane. Let's see if he can hang on here. 13 laps remain. Looks like he has that Vanderbilt chassis dialed in. With Lyle now fading back here. It's about half a straightaway lead. Schultz now making a run. Let's see what Terry Schultz gets by the 30 of Dalton Kirk now. So Carrick, Lyle, Johnson, Schultz now 4th. Kirk back into 5th. Now Kirk fighting back. Here comes Schultz back into the high side. Good battle for 5th here. But it's Terry Schultz right now. It's that line just beyond Herschel Thompson and the start finish. You can see the cone down there. But right now it's Tim Carrick. Bottom feeder right now is Lyles now trying to settle up to the top side coming out of 4. No, he dives back down. Johnson, Kirk, and Schultz, that's the battle right now for 5th between the 30 and the 90. So Kirk and Schultz. Schultz gets a good run on turn 4. Takes that lead away. Now here comes Terry Schultz. Now gets in between. See if he can get by Matt Johnson now. Matt Johnson staying on the high side along, and Schultz dives down low here in 4. Let's see if he tries to slide up. Meanwhile, your leader, Tim Carrick, the McCarthy Auto Group 1K, in that Vanderbilt chassis. Now Schultz up to 3rd now as he gets by Johnson. Slides up in front of him now. Terry Schultz on the move. Terry now goes back up to that top side. Johnson with the battle there for that 3rd spot. 6 laps remain this time across for your leader, Tim Carrick. Schultz now up to third as he scrapes that front stretch wall. Johnson behind him. And it's Kirk, Mickey Burrell, Tyler Schmidt, Cameron Grindstaff, Sam Florence, and Jason Persley, top 10. Tim Carrick, your race leader, as he comes into lap traffic now with Scotty Martin, who went flipped during the heat race, brought the car back out. A lot of sheet metal damage on the Scotty Martin, number 75. But here's Kurt Carrick in the 1K. Schultz still up on that high side. Lyle down low, still in that second spot. This will be 3 to go this time across. Tim Carrick, your race leader. Carrick, Lyle, Schultz, Kirk, and Johnson, the top 5. White flag coming out here in 1 lap after this, and this will be 2 to go. 2 to go this time across. White flag next time. For Tim Carrick, it's been a while since Tim has been in victory lane here at Central Missouri. Oh, and Schultz gets a little loose up in turn number 1, but hangs on to it. Schultz, I thought he might lose it up there, but hangs on to it as the white flag comes out. Your race leader, Tim Carrick. Lyle, Schultz, Kirk, Matt Johnson still in that top 5. As Carrick comes down into turns 3 and 4. Your winner tonight, Tim Carrick. Baser, Kansas in the 16 of Lyle. It's the 90 of Schultz, the 30 of Kirk Johnson, Mickey Burrell, Tyler Schmidt, Cameron Grindstaff, Jason Persley, and Sam Florence, your top 10. And thank you, race fans. First win since August of 2015, Tim Carrick. The McCarthy Auto Group, Tim Carrick, Hunter Nation, C&W Auto Salvage, KC Boat Doctor, Western Electric Fastenal, Vanderbilt Chassis, engines by Dennis Millert, Envirotech, Danny's Bar and Grill. As he gets up and out of the car, Tim Carrick, your winner tonight. Congratulations, Tim, on your win tonight. You might want some more.
I think I liked beer more than I would water it. It's been a long damn time since I won out here, and we kind of screwed it up last week, so we got $1,200 tonight to make up for that, so that makes us even, Darren. So I don't know how close they were, but at the lap traffic was kind of scaring me there for a minute, but it's nice to be back in victory lane. I'd like to thank everybody for sticking with me. The Vanderbilt race cars are really good right now, so hopefully we just keep building on it every week. So it was fun. It's always fun to start third for these guys, and hell yes, we're back in victory lane.
All right, congratulations, your winner tonight, Tim Carrick. Again, thank you on behalf of Earl and Susan Walls for choosing Central Missouri Speedway on Saturday nights here. Be back with us again next weekend. Have a safe drive home and God blessings.